Hello guys, um, as a starter for the first video on my channel, I decided to make a review on an old character, well, an old figure to be exact, and an old character that sadly died in a very, bad way. I should say that, if you haven't watched Transformers Dark of the Moon, I'll just say this. If you wanted a character as cinematic as him to die, why on earth would you make him die to Sam? Why? Just why? He could have died in like a more cinematic way, as like he was just fighting an Autobot and then he died to an Autobot. That would make a lot more sense instead of stabbing both of his eyes. And anyway, and yeah, pretty cool guy. So his name is Starscream, and this is Studio Series, Transformers Studio Series number 6, I believe, 2007 Starscream, and he's pretty cool. I like the Air Force Decepticon symbol, the insignia, I should say. The fake Air Force insignia, and then the Air Force insignia. And then this, you can just take it off. This is his missile launcher. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I mean, I'm sure it might be like a kind of effect piece, like I would say a missile launched and this is like the smoke it left behind. Some people think it's like I should say, what's the word? A death thing. We'll just call it a death thing, like a stabbing tip. I don't know what they're called. I'm not specific with weapons. Here you can see this nice little rockets here molded in. Pretty cool. And then the little wires and everything, the pieces, which is really nice. And then undercarriage, but it's not that bad, as you can see. Here is how it's supposed to be aligned, but it's just a little bit of undercarriage. You can't really, it doesn't bother me at all. So for some people, they think it's supposed to be perfect in every way, but no, figures are not perfect and they never will be. Well, not even masterpiece figures. In any way, no figure will be perfect. People have to understand that. Have some nice detail on the back, like thrusters and stuff like that. Pretty cool detail. We have the fake wheels, they don't spin at all. You can see his hands there, but you can't really tell it's a robot. And then the nose, a cockpit. There is no pilot in there, but you can't even lift it up, which is kind of sad. Here's this. I mean, this is supposed to be a vent, but it's just black. I wish they could have molded in a little bit of detail, but it's a toy. Toys are never perfect. Nice details here and whatnot. And then that's the vehicle mode. And for comparison, here he is next to Megatron in robot mode, because I am too lazy to transform him right now. Oh wait, I do have a figure that's in vehicle mode. Never mind. That sucks. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. As for the colors, you can see it's a gray, some white outlining, gray, bluish wash throughout the whole figure. And I actually like it. I don't like the hieroglyphics, or however you say hieroglyphic, Starscream. I mean, yes, it's a really good, it looks really nice, but just, I like this one better. It looks cleaner, in my opinion. I'm not saying you should never get it, but it's a good figure, but I mostly got it because I love the 2007 Starscream, and it came with the rocket launcher, or the missile launcher. And because I just love the way this looks, it looks just so clean. And even in hand, this feels really nice. Oh, man. Anyways. That's how it looks in just this vehicle mode. So getting into transformation, you're going to want to lift these up, you know, obviously, or leave them down. I mean, it won't hinder anything. It won't do anything except for this. You got to pull this up. Put these down, and what you're gonna want to do first is come to the bottom, and untap. I mean, lift this up, not untap it. You untap the hands, pull them up, and then just leave them like this, and then you're gonna want to come up here. Well, not yet. Lift this up so you can have more range, and then, oh shit. Yeah, you're gonna want to lift that up. And just push this up. This part's kind of tricky, but you're gonna want to get the arm out of there, and then just leave it like that for now, and leave this down. Same thing with the other hand. You're gonna want to separate the piece, which for some people it might be kind of easier, but for me it's kind of a little stiff. This side is stiffer than this side, which is kind of weird. Come back here, and then, you know, do the same thing as the other hand, and then you're gonna come up here and then lift this up a tad bit more, and then you shall reveal his head. His head just comes down. Lift this up, adjust the head, make sure nothing's getting in the way. You can leave this up or down. For now, we're just gonna leave it like that, and then adjust his hands. They're supposed to be like, hold on. Huh, this is weird. How are his hands positioned? I guess you can. Oh, this is weird. Anyways, we'll move to the hands in a little bit. I'm gonna want to lift this down, lift it up, pull out his gap fill inner. That's what I call it, gap fill inner. And then you can see that there's a tab right here that will get into the slot, and then just play around with it, make sure it goes in, and then you will hear the tab. Same thing with this. Open that, lift this up, make sure it's tabbed, and there you go. That's for this part. And then let me fix the hands real quick. Huh, that's weird. No bicep swivel. Oh, there you go. You gotta pull them down, and then, yeah. Sorry. There you go. This is my first review. I'm sorry if it goes kind of bad, but I'm sorry. Oh, sorry for that. It's my watch. And then what you're gonna want to do is untap this. It's kind of tough, but you'll get it. Or if it's whatever is easier for you, but you can see that. You gotta untap that. There you go. Untap it and just leave it here for now. Come down to the legs, pull them down, separate them carefully, and then pull them forward. Do that. You gotta give them the chicken legs. Lift out the toes. Make sure the heel spur is out, which are just the wheels, or else if you don't do that, he'll just fall. Same thing with the other side. And there you have his feet finished, and just make sure it stands correctly. And if it stands, then you're good. Also come to the back and then make sure that it all aligns well together with the tabs, and if it doesn't, kind of play around with it until you can get it. Like with that side and this. Okay, we're good. And leave this down. It won't change anything. in the front. See, it's not visible. And then, yeah. And then you can just fix the legs, do whatever you want with them. And there you have Starscream in his robot mode. And here's a full body view of the body mold. And I gotta say, this is an amazing character and amazing figure. I've always loved Starscream since the first movie, and I gotta say, just to see him in person, this is in hand, even in this figure in hand, it took me a while to get a hold of him. I never could find him in any store, so I had to move on to eBay, and I got him for a pretty good price. And then you can see all that detail in here. We got the bronze color mixed in with all this, and then this is just nice colors. And then the little piston right here, and then some of the wires. It just looks very nice. And the head sculpt also, look at that head sculpt. Oh man, it has some bronze in his mouth, and then him on the forehead, and then his red eyes, and some, what is that, silver, dark silver, and just some white around his head. Same thing with the other side. Oh wait, this side doesn't have it. Wait, that's weird. Huh. I barely realized that. And then this chest piece looks pretty nice. A bunch of nice details all over him. And then if you come to the back, it's just hollow. It's just empty. But it's a figure. Can't really do much about it. And then to put his accessory in, also known as this little gun, you can come here, and then what you're gonna want to do is there's a little tab. Oh, where's the tab? Here's a tab. Rotate the hand and lift this up and make sure it just tabs in. There you go. And then this, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go like that, because if you do it like this, it might not go in. Yeah, it goes in easier like that. So that's how you put the gun in. And the instructions say you're supposed to rotate it like that, but it doesn't change anything. But I like it like this because you have more articulation. You have more range of articulation, see, like that. And then you can do that. But although it looks kind of ugly, it's whatever. For me, it's whatever. And then moving on to articulation wise, he has double jointed arms, which is really nice. His hands do rotate a full 360, and then bicep swivel. But for mine it's a little stiff, so I don't want to risk breaking it. His hands move, his arm moves a full 90 degrees. And then his legs move, well, that moves up and down if you count it as a knee, but his thigh can move up and down also. Toe, you can't really do anything with that. You have a, what would this be, a calf rotation? But anyways, you got that. And that's about it, actually, with this guy. And there is Transformers Studio Series 2007 Starscream. And I gotta say, if you find this figure at a good price on eBay or any other stores where you can find it. Now, I know he's an old figure and you cannot find him in stores anymore because, you know, the wave's already over. This is from wave 1. But if you find him on eBay for a really good price, I recommend you pick one up. This is my only Starscream, and this is the only one I will ever have, because this one just is amazing. He's just great. I love him so much. And yeah, if you find him, or even the hieroglyphic Starscream, there's not much of a difference. It just has different paint, and this is not on the other one. It's actually a buzzsaw, which, I mean, I'm not really a fan of. I'm more a fan of this because it's just more screen accurate. He did use a buzzsaw. I lost the word, but he does use the ball saw in the 3 movies, but I don't know. I find this one more appealing. Anyways, that's it for the figure. And if you want a comparison, oh, I almost forgot to compare him. Here he is next to Megatron from Revenge of the Fallen, and they're about the same size except that Megatron's a bit taller. Here he is next to Siege War for Cybertron Soundwave, and Soundwave is a tad bit shorter. Here he is next to Dark of the Moon Mirage, aka Dino, and yeah, he is taller than Dino, considering this is a deluxe. Here he is next to the Bumblebee movie, Optimus Prime, and they're almost about the same size, but it's just a little bit, he's just a little bit taller. Here he is next to the Power of the Primes, Jazz, and you can see, pretty good scale, but I don't have the movie Jazz. It's in my other room, but you already know. I'm too lazy to go get it. And here he is next to Studio Series number 1 Bumblebee, and yeah, Bumblebee is very small. And if you want a comparison with 2007 figures, here he is next to the 2007, and this is from the actual 2007 toy line from the first Transformers. Here he is next to the Voyager class. You can already see, if you don't mind these parts head to head, I would say it's about the same size, but I think Ironhide is just a tiny bit taller. Great figure, but except the feet. Feet suck. And yeah, that's it for this figure, for this review. Also, like I said, if you ever see Starscream on eBay for a really good price, for any price, if you see him at any price except for $100, you can't really, I don't think it's worth $100, but if you see him worth 20 something dollars, pick him up, and I mean it, pick him up. Buy him. Please buy him, because he is an amazing figure, just overall. Yeah, that's it for this review. If you're generous enough, hit the like button and subscribe. This is my first video, and I wanted to make a review of Dark of the Moon Starscream. And I'm sorry if this video is a little bit bad. It's just that I'm not really used to making reviews. I usually do stop motion. Let me know if you want me to make stop motion. I love doing stop motion. But yeah, that's it for this figure and this review. Take care. Bye.